Tonight, walk him down and put him between you and the basket. Hey, what happened to our effort on defense? What happened to our effort? You know what I mean? Defense!
Welcome back to Coleman Coliseum on this rivalry game.
Number 1 Auburn and number 2 Alabama. Auburn leads by 6. Janai Broom putting up big numbers again. Denver Jones made some big shots in this game. Mark Sears has gotten hot. Auburn has led by as many as 14. Alabama.
We are sort of pretty getting hot here.
A few minutes in the second half. But Auburn is back up by a half dozen with Miles Kelly at the line.
And give credit to the bench of Auburn with the production. Bruce Pearl.
Now they're extending their lead even further. Our goal is to win the game against Auburn. Because if we didn't win this game, and our crowd and everybody else is not happy at all.
Single-digit turnovers and hold Auburn to single-digit offensive rebounds, we win the game. But they've shot, and that's what they've done. But they've shot it so poorly from 3, they find themselves down 8.
They made 3 in just a
And
couple
today
minutes earlier
is
in the second half.
Saturday, February 15th.
Forcing them off the line, but they've gone back to driving the ball on almost every trip. And it's an empty trip here.
Through contact, but not enough to get a foul. Yeah, they have to drive the ball, I think.
That's a foul. Kelly went flying, and it'll be Phylon.
Little wide pin down. Miles Kelly coming off a more. And there's been contact like that on just about everything, but he went down, so the foul's called. He's really difficult as a cutter to be able to cut cleanly in these games.
Miles Kelly, another one of these great free throw shooters for the Auburn Tigers. As you can see, high 80s. All 4 perimeter players for Auburn, high 80s or 90% on the season. So if you've got a lead and you've got the right guys with the ball in their hands, you got to feel pretty comfortable with Bruce Pearl.
Yeah, that is a comforting thing down the stretch.
Way to go, Joe.
That was you. That was you.
9-point lead.
Well, Auburn has done such a good job of switching up to take things away when they have to switch.
Phylon bumps.
Jones went underneath that screen and tried to meet Phylon on the other side and just cracked him.
And Bruce Pearl is yelling, that's nothing. That's not a foul.
Well, maybe not in this game. But the rule book says it is. But there's been so much that hasn't been called that's been similar at this point, I'm sure. But Alabama's shot a ton of free throws in this game. And down the stretch, they have to be thinking the same thing. Put pressure on the rim.
Phylon, 74% on the season. Baker Mazzara back into the game with 4 fouls.
There it is.
Made them both. Phylon out, Stevenson in for Alabama. Both coaches substituting liberally depending on whether their team is on offense or defense. Oh, look at the pressure by Sears. Jones will bring it over.
A good balance by Cheney Johnson. Looked like he was going to fall backwards for a second.
Ooh.
Open is Broom. Got it to go. What a great pass from Cheney Johnson.
So what we gotta do is
great cut. Stevenson lays it in. Sears the assist.
Yeah, anytime there's a drive, you're going to see a cutter from that 45-degree angle. And Mark Sears found him that time. Stevenson made sure to make that bucket. Missed an easy one a bit earlier.
But they've got to get stops to have a chance. Down by 7. Jones leans in, was looking for the whistle. Nelson the rebound. And there's a whistle, but before that...
all right. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna head to go into this LinkedIn profile for a bit.
Youngblood is asking for a replay.
We're coming back to this. Oh,
that should be a flagrant, is his point.
And the officials will have a look at it.
Stevenson was fouled right after that. I don't know if the officials called that. It seemed like they did.
There is no call on the floor, but the previous play is under review.
So the play under the basket is under review.
Well, Stevenson was fouled. There should have been a call on the floor. Unless they had blown it dead already.
So 10 in white and 8 in red.
Just on the baseline.
Oh, there's nothing there. Youngblood was making a motion like he got hit in the mouth or something like that. Like
maybe he did take a swipe at him, but he was riding him out of bounds. Yeah. Maybe with the right hand, there was a swipe taken at him.
Yeah, got him in the cheek.
Yeah, that different angle. The first one didn't seem like there was anything. But as you saw that other angle, there was a right-handed swipe that looked like it either hit or grazed the chin of Youngblood.
So if they call that, it's going to be 2 and the ball, and Baker Mazzara will be out of the game. That'll be his 5th.
Yeah, it was kind of an open-handed thing.
Yeah.
What a weird play.
And Baker Mazzara, a very talented player, but at times a guy who they have to rein in the emotion a little bit. Remember,
yeah, they're going to call that. Yeah, they're going to call that a flagrant.
Remember, he got kicked out of the game against Yale in the NCAA tournament last year.
Yeah.
3 minutes into the game, first rounder, when the Tigers went on to lose the game. Well, this is a big call.
But what was interesting was afterwards, when Stevenson caught the ball, he got thrown to the ground and fouled. And they said there was no foul on the play. Really an odd sequence. But you think, Dan, after all we hear and see in these just endless replays about the contact of the head, we've seen some that get called and some that don't. But when you see or feel like that is one that you think would be called a flagrant,
I would agree. Yeah. Pat Adams and Joe Lindsay now calling over the 3rd official, Vladimir Boyard-Tadal. And here's the announcement. Well, I believe here's the announcement. Here comes Pat Adams.
It's going to be a flagrant foul on white number 10. Red number 8 will shoot 2 shots, and red will have the ball out of bounds.
Big call. Baker Mazzara flagrant, 2 in the ball for Alabama, and Baker Mazzara is out of the game. That's his 5th.
Now Youngblood was basically riding him out of bounds. Now they're tied up, and then the shot with the right hand to the face of Youngblood.
And right away, Youngblood makes that universal signal that they should go to the monitor. Baker Mazzara is still pleading his case, but again, he walks a fine line sometimes in terms of controlling his emotions, and this foul has knocked him out of the game, and Alabama's got a chance to make this much, much closer right now.
Yeah, that's a huge play and a huge call, and Chris Youngblood shoots just under 80% from the foul line. And this is really an opportunity to cut into this lead and put some real game pressure on Auburn down the stretch.
So Auburn's without Baker Mazzara and Cardwell. They have both fouled out. But they still got 5 very talented guys on the floor. 1 of 2 for Youngblood. So a 6-point game, and it's Alabama ball. Holloway couldn't turn the corner. Now finds Sears. Again driving, has it knocked away. I think it was Broom.
It was.
Pettiford back. And he will bring it back out and work the clock under 2 minutes.
And Nate Oates thought he got fouled, but what a sequence. Only 1 point for Alabama in that situation.
Deflected, and then a late whistle, and the foul is called on Diabate, and now Nate Oates is livid.
Diabate got a hand on this ball. I don't know. That's a tough one. That seems incidental after the deflection. Yeah, it looked like Sears got at least grazed on the head there. Nope, he didn't. Maybe on the hair, but an excellent block by Janai Broom.
His second of the night. Pettiford makes the first. Pettiford has had some very big plays here in the second half for Auburn.
Well, it feels like Auburn was very fortunate there. They made a play now. But to come away in that sequence after the flagrant foul on Baker Mazzara with just 1 point.
Yep. And now you can see.
So I wanted to let.
It is back to 8.
We are back with an 8.
Auburn has withstood it and had an answer.
Just wanted to let y'all know that I hope we can.
Sears blocked again. This time Moore.
Oh, what?
And
Get oh!
By Diabate. Who else to get down on the floor? But it's the alternating possession, and the arrow is in Auburn's favor.
Oh, darn it!
Plays at the rim by Auburn. When they've been beaten off a drive, they recover to block a shot or change a shot at the rim. As Chris Moore getting a piece of that ball, you saw Janai Broom block an opportunity by Mark Sears. The rim, you talk about rim protection. Auburn has been protecting the rim in this second half, and especially late.
They've got 6 blocks in this game. Not more important than that one by Moore. A minute and a half to go, and Pettiford is not in a rush.
No, they want to take their time here. Burn clock, and then get into something with about 12 seconds to go on the clock.
Broom wants some space. Hanging with Diabate. Broom wins, and it's a double-digit lead. And number 1 is just over a minute away from winning here on the road in Alabama.
We are trailing by 10. Let's see if we can just do something about it. Oh, wow.
Under a minute to go,
and we are under a minute to go in the second half before this game is over.
And finish this one off.
You're worried about bringing double
If you say a
coverage
long
because
way,
Broom is an excellent passer,
it's kind
especially
of where
on
are
double
you
teams.
coming from?
But he's able to get to that right shoulder into the middle of the lane. He just bullied Mohamed Diabate, who's a strong customer himself, to get that big bucket and move it to 10 points.
19 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks for Janai Broom.
Right, really, it came down to Alabama's inability to knock down perimeter shots, because they did a good job protecting the ball. It didn't have double-digit turnovers. They did a good job not allowing second shots by Auburn, and yet they are trailing with under a minute.
And we're back with an 8.
Gets it over to Kelly, and now they give the foul. Stevenson. And if Auburn can just make a decent percentage of free throws the rest of the way, this victory will be theirs.
And that was your point earlier. You got so many excellent free throw shooters in this Auburn backcourt. It is tough to make a comeback by fouling at the end of the game when you've got multiple 80, 85 plus, 90 plus free throw shooters.
Kelly, one of those. If Auburn goes on to win this game, Bruce Pearl will become the first coach ever to win 2 1-versus-2 games for 2 different teams.
One game he was number 2, and
That's right.
one number 1.
Yeah. Number 2 Tennessee beat Memphis in 08, and number 1 Auburn is on the verge of beating number 2 Alabama here today.
Yeah, but what's his record when he's number 3?
What a win this would be, and it would be a pretty enjoyable 2.5-hour drive, bus ride back to Auburn for Pearl and staff and all the players after the effort they have put forth today. Here are the other coaches with multiple wins in 1-versus-2 games, but again, all of those other coaches did it for just one program. Bruce Pearl on the verge of doing it for 2 different programs. And a reminder, and we don't know what the rankings will be, but whatever they are, a reminder, 3 weeks from today, Alabama and Auburn will close the regular season in the Jungle.
I think that'll be a quiet afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Nelson fouls Broom, and Alabama is going to try to extend this as much as they can. How about the schedule that Nate Oates' team has the rest of the way? Every single opponent is a team that is currently ranked.
And when you get toward the end, it's in ascending order. You got 5-3-1 to finish your regular season.
I mean, you could make a case winning the SEC tournament maybe more of a gauntlet than winning the NCAA tournament this year. As crazy as maybe that sounds, because you might face, if you have to go 3-4 days, I mean, you might face like a Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, day after day in the SEC.
You have the chance of playing higher-rated teams in that tournament as you do in the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, perhaps.
Thanks for saying what I was trying to say. But
Well, I was trying to explain it, yeah. Because I've made that point and got roasted for it. I think it's true.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean it's not difficult to win the NCAA championship. It's incredibly hard.
But an upset here or there, and you can have a bit of an easier path in the NCAA tournament. And the same could happen in the SEC tournament. But the point is, I mean, just an incredible number of teams that can go a long, long way in the NCAA tournament will be congregating in Nashville in 3 weeks. Janai Broom, despite aggravating the left ankle injury, and it's bugging him. You can see it's bugging him. But he has played through it and had another great game.
He's pretty good on one leg. Started out knocking down threes in this game. I don't know who had that on their bingo card. But he winds up, at least thus far, with 19 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists in this game. And then you see him down low, getting a screen, flashing into the middle, getting to that left hand, a little push shot in the lane after the screen by Miles Kelly. You know, Janai Broom is so difficult to deal with, and anytime you need a bucket, you can throw it down to him in the low post, and unless he gets a double team, which he can pass out of very effectively, he's going to back you down and score, get fouled, or both.
One of the big statistical differences in this game, and we've talked about it, the three-point shooting. Auburn, 12 for 30, 40%. Alabama, 5 for 25, 20%. They did hit 3 in rapid succession earlier in the second half, but have not been able to add to their total the last 7 or 8 minutes, it feels like.
Well, and as you mentioned, I mean, this is an Alabama team that averages 10 made threes a game and just hit 17 against Texas.
And again, the foul. So Alabama's going to force Auburn to make free throws.
And that's all that Alabama can really do. Keep it from going to Pettiford.
Our goal is to win this game against Auburn Tigers.
Pettiford is.
Broom 64% on the season. And struggling from the line in this one today.
If Broom misses this, I think that Alabama's got to attack the rim again. Get it down as quickly as you can and get the quickest score that you can.
3 for 9 from the line.
You got to go. Get to the rim.
Holloway does. That's a goaltend. Count the basket, and it's a 5-point game.
Right now, the trick for Alabama,
They're going to look at it.
extend this game.
The call on the forced goaltend, the play under review.
They've hit the back there, definitely.
Okay, I got it.
Right. I would really like to see college
Okay.
basketball.
Well, I have some
I would really like to see
exciting
college
news.
basketball do what the NBA does. Get rid of all this ridiculous
All right.
play. And give
So
each team
I gotta
one
let them
challenge.
know something. I have
Get a
another
challenge.
job on
If you're right,
on the
then you
thing.
keep it for another one, then it's gone after the second one.
I'm with you 100%, because even though that took 5 seconds, it's really more like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's time to get back out here.
And it takes the air out of the building.
All right. So,
And now with the
what I'm gonna
goaltending, they call everything goaltending, so they can go look at
So
it.
I have
They're
2
not
jobs I
wrong.
had.
Right, wrong, whatever.
So,
But this replay has taken over college basketball.
all right, I'm gonna have to let mom know something about this right now. So that means I had to give it over there on February 18th.
Foul on Jones, and Alabama fouling immediately. But if you're Bruce Pearl, you're much happier with Denver Jones going to the line here. 90% of the season.
Well, that was his point after the last inning when they weren't able to get it to Tahad Pettiford. All of a sudden, Janai Bloom has to, as the
You have some exciting news again. Now I have an interview at 12 noon or 5 p.m. with Mary Rose. It sounds nice to me. It's at the King of Pleasure Mall. Wow, this is gonna be good. So whatever it is, I'm gonna let mom know something about this right now. Sorry for my delay. I have 2 jobs ahead of me. That's a mighty zip. Yes, they do. We have another job. What? Come on, get him! Oh! What?
And it's going to be more free throws for the Tigers.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let mom know it says Urban. Okay. So what I'll do. Yes, we do. Let's say I have a couple things. I have between Monday and Tuesday, both days.
5 of 26, they've still scored 85 points. Well, these are 2 powerful offensive teams.
And by many measures, first and second in offense in the nation. Auburn has had 6
I got 2 jobs with me.
Not only reached double figures,
Which is tomorrow,
13 or
and
more points in this game.
I have another interview.
Credit to Auburn's bench. Turned over.
Get him! Oh crap! Get him! Like get.
No more fouls, and number 1.
Well, it's okay. It's not a problem. And we lost the game. Final score is 85-94. Well, that's not a problem. But we will continue. But we will face against them again on the last game in March. But we won't forget that. But that's not a problem. But we had a. I know something about this. So I have another interview between Monday and Tuesday.
Think first of the defense that Denver Jones played on Mark Sears.
Well,
everything, especially in the first half, was incredibly difficult for Sears. In the second half, Denver Jones came out firing off those ball screens.
Because Monday and Tuesday I have an interview. So
they were able to turn the corner, but give Auburn a tremendous amount of credit. They protected the rim in the second half, especially late. But they did a great job of defending the 3-point line and holding Alabama to just 85 points.
Jess Sims is with Bruce Pearl.
Coach, your second 1v2 win on the road, 2 different programs. What's going through your mind right now?
You walk into our locker room, there's a sign that says, make history. These kids are never going to forget this 1 versus 2 matchup. We played great from start to finish.
So then our last game, their last game will take on a same team again against Alabama. We'll be rooting for Auburn Tigers on the last game. Then after that,
those runs is a game of runs. They tied up, but you never lost your composure. You never lost the lead. What does that say about the guys?
Well, I got to look at the stats.
And our final score is 85-94.
Denver Jones was, kind of amazing. Janai obviously is a handful on the inside, but it was a great team effort to hold them down is like to 85, and to hold them down from with all those free balls. My coaching staff did a great job in the preparation. Look, we're going to see those guys again and maybe again. So good for Alabama. Coach has done an amazing job with that club, and this was a great environment to play. The best environment I've been in Coleman since I've been even a coach at Tennessee.
Thanks so much, Coach. Go celebrate with your team.
War Eagle.
Bruce, you're right again, and maybe again.
All right, so our final.
After that, these are 2 of the best in the nation, but number 1.
Between Monday and Tuesday, both.
Tigers come to Tuscaloosa.
And our final score is 85-94. And we lost the game against it by 11 points, but that's not a problem. But Auburn will take on Alabama again on the last game in March. So we will tune in with that in March very soon.